The literature section of Gapfillers features short stories and poetry. If we click on here, this will list the short stories most recently featured. You can choose from these from whichever episode you wish to read. Here we're featuring episode 1 of a 2-part instalment of a story. At the end of the story, when you've read, you'll find an exercise, or a quiz in this case, which will help to expand your knowledge of what you've read. In this one we have some of the vocabulary that was used in the story, followed by a list of questions which will use that vocabulary. In the poetry section, we have here a list of all the poems by subject or by the writer themselves. So you can go into here and choose a story or a poem by a particular author or of a particular subject. The moon. That looks interesting. So here we have a picture of the moon with the poem on the right hand side. This is the poet's interpretation of how they see the moon and its place in the night sky. And then we follow this with 6 questions asking whether or not you have got a similar belief and understanding, and what you think some of the vocabulary and words used in the poem why they were used by the author. In this section you'll find the notes to clarify or perhaps to ask some further questions on those you've just been reading. This is followed again by a vocabulary quiz that will help to test and underpin your knowledge of the language used in the poem.